welcome to episode 8 of my knitting podcast. I don't even know if I should show you this. This is very confusing to me. Like, how does this turn into a shawl? Let me fact check that. I don't remember anything anymore. I can't trust this thing anymore. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Cindy. I like to post knitting podcasts to share with you guys my FOs, my whips, my yarn acquisitions, and knitting plans. I also like to post knit vlogs where I bring you guys from winding up a ball of yarn to wearing the actual finished piece. So if you're interested in watching that, definitely go check out some of my other videos. I post one for everything that I knit. So if you've seen something that I've already made or am knitting right now, just know that a knit vlog is already up or it will be up very soon. So check it out if you haven't already. And if you want more frequent updates from me, then definitely check out my Instagram. I definitely post a lot more on there. Sometimes for this knitting podcast we were joined by Wilfred, my cat, but he is busy right now. He's eating breakfast. He might join us later, so I'm just gonna keep this bed empty and open for him in case he wants to be a part of this podcast we're having. Before we start, I am wearing the Cumulus blouse. I really like this piece. I wear it all the time and it's just a really pretty piece by PetiteKnit. I knitted this one in two Knitting for Olive mohairs. One is in the color dark blue and the other strand is in the color dusty violet. Let me just double check that. Yeah, dusty violet and dark blue. I just held the two colors together. I believe I used 8 balls in total, so 4 dusty violet and 4 dark blues. Held them all together and I knitted this. I believe I knitted it in a size small. Let me fact check that. I don't remember anything anymore. I feel like I'm getting so old where my memory has just like completely deteriorated the past year. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I can't trust this thing anymore. I have to write everything down. Yes, I knitted in a size small on 4.5 millimeters. 2 strands of mohair held together, and yeah, unfortunately I don't have a knit vlog on this because I knitted this before I really started posting on YouTube. So yeah, maybe if I knit it again I'll create a knit vlog on it, but for now I don't have one. I'm really sorry, even though I just told you I post one for everything I knit. It's everything I knitted after I started my YouTube channel, so there's that. Anyway, let's start with the podcast. I like to structure it by starting with FOs, whips, yarn acquisitions, and then knitting plans. So let's start with FOs. I don't have any FOs this month. Again, I feel like I haven't had FOs in a while. For this month, I've just been knitting. Nothing has been done. I started a lot of projects beginning of the month, so I don't have anything to share with you guys right now as FOs. So yeah, let's move on to whips. These whips will probably be FOs next month. For my first whip, let's talk about my Puro Cardigan Light test knit. Last month when I was showing you my progress, it was very little progress. I think I only had like 3 or 4 rows done, but now I am happy to let you know that I have a lot more done. I have both the sleeves done. The sleeves look amazing. I really like the way Rui designs her sleeves. I think it's so pretty, and the length of her sleeves are always perfect for me, whereas some other patterns I've knitted before, I've had issues with the length of the sleeve and it feeling a little bit too tight around my arms and all that kind of stuff. But the way Rui does it, like, it fits perfectly on my arms. And this ribbing is a little bit longer than usual, but I think the look of it is so pretty. So I'm very excited to share the knit vlog with you guys because I think this whole knit process has just been very satisfying for me. So I can't wait to show you guys the full knit vlog so you guys can also follow along. This is what the sleeve looks like. The body is almost done. I think I need to knit like maybe 2 more rows. This is the armpit area. This is the body. I did weave in some ends already, so you can see there's only like 2 here and 2 on the bottom. I weaved a bit in over here, if you guys could see, and on the armpits. So I'm trying to weave in my ends as I go because nobody likes to weave ends, and I especially do not. I'm trying to get it done as I knit so that it's not so overwhelming at the end. And yeah, I think it's been going well for me. I tried it on a little bit and I think it fits perfect to my body. This is a size 2. Most of the time I go for sizes that is 1 above the smallest size, and usually that works perfectly for me, and in this case it did as well. So yeah, this is size 2. Once I'm done knitting the body, I'll just have to do the ribbing, and after the ribbing it's button band and I'm completely done. I think the button that I'm going to use for this would be the small button that I got from Alaska. that I shared in my last video. I think that might go really well together because they're both green, but we'll see. I might change my mind, I don't know yet. I'm gonna bring it over so we can take a look together. This is what I'm talking about, and I think it will go pretty nicely together. Very unique. Very pretty button. The bottom is green. The top is like a little white, blue. I have 6 of these and the pattern requires 5, so that is perfect. I'll keep one as a memory souvenir from Alaska. And for your reference, this is knitted on size 4mm needle, and the cuffs were all knitted on 3.5mm, and the ribbing on the bottom will also be knitted on 3.5mm. The yarn that it requires for this pattern is a DK weight, but I am using the Babyull, and the color I'm using for it is 8521. I really like this color. It's more of like a light green sage color to me, or a dusty green. I don't really know how to explain it, but I definitely think it's beautiful and it's so easy to pair. And I have no complaints with this yarn, of course, because I literally use it for everything. And also, fun fact, the sleeves each used up 1 full ball. So if you are knitting the same size as me and using the same yarn, just know that each sleeve uses exactly 1 ball of yarn, and whatever is left over is actually just this. This is all that was left over from each sleeve. It's actually the perfect amount of yardage for the sleeves. One thing that's really funny to me though about this yarn is this pattern requires a DK weight yarn. But from what I know, for Babyull, if you look on Ravelry, they actually label this as light fingering, which I completely disagree. I do not think this is light fingering. I definitely think this is more sport weight than fingering weight. It is also 175 meters per 100 grams. If you're looking to purchase this, just keep that in mind. And I think that is why I was able to kind of gauge for this pattern, because this pattern requires DK weight. And I believe this yarn is more like sport slash like light DK. I was kind of confused about this in the beginning, but now I think it makes a lot more sense that this is more sport than fingering. So yeah, this is the Puro Cardigan Light, and I'm very excited to finish this. It looks so good already, and I can't wait to wear it all throughout the year, because you can definitely wear this in the summer, the winter, the spring, fall, every season, and very happy about it. Alright, let's move on. I am now going to talk about the mystery knit along, and some people don't like to see the progress of this, so just letting you know, I'm going to talk about it now, so if you don't want to see it, then skip ahead. But I think by the time I post this video, this knit along is going to be over, but the warning is there. This is the mystery knit along run by Amirisu, and they run this every year. It's a shawl, and they have a different theme every year. This year's theme is called the Water Droplet series, or the Water Drop series. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Water Drop series. Basically, the theme is water, and I decided to use blue yarn to knit this up because I just felt like it was very fitting for the theme. I actually bought yarn for it from their MKAL kit, but I didn't end up using it. I ended up using 2 other yarn that I had in my collection. I really felt like these 2 yarns really embodied their theme very well, so yeah, I used 2 completely different yarn than what I had purchased. The 2 yarn that I'm using is actually the yarn that I bought in Juneau for my trip to Alaska. It was very nice to be able to use it right away, so shortly after my trip. I went to a store called Changing Tides. I actually just asked them for anything that was Juneau dyed or like Juneau spun, like anything that was just made in Juneau, and they recommended this one to me, and I was not upset because I felt like it was just perfect for my Alaskan trip. It kind of reminded me of the glaciers, and that day I went to go see glaciers, so I was like, okay, there's nothing more perfect than this yarn. So I'm using this as my main color. I have 2 hanks of this, which is perfect for the shawl. And for the contrasting color, I ended up using a yarn that's not very contrasting, but I really like it. This one is actually pulled from my stash, or you can almost say like my leftover yarn, because I used this to crochet the baguette bag, and I had a little bit left over, but I think this is like the perfect amount for what I need for the contrasting color. And this one is the Sandnes Garn Mandarin Petit in the color 6061. I personally really like these like dusty navy colors. I would say the most interesting thing about working these 2 together would be that one is 100% cotton and the other one is nylon and merino. Like, they don't feel like they would knit up well together because they're just so different. but I decided to give it a chance anyway since it is a shawl, and I feel like you can definitely experiment more with a shawl versus like if you were to do this with a sweater or something, it will alter the fit of it on your body. But for a shawl, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys what I have so far. What I'm about to show you is up until clue 2, which I think a lot of people would have done already by the time this video is up. So clue 1 was the circle in the middle, and the theme or the inspiration for the middle is actually umbrella. If you just ignore these 2 little flaps, it's supposed to kind of look like an umbrella. Pretty cool. There's a lot of lace working in the middle, and actually the whole thing is like basically lace, other than like where I have the contrasting color that was short rows. And then after clue 1 we did clue 2, and clue 2 were these little wings. I call them wings, but actually they're supposed to be water splashes, kind of like when you see a waterfall and the water splashes at the bottom. I think that's what it's supposed to be. So if you like kind of look at it like that, that's the idea of it. And to be very honest with you, I don't know what this is going to look like because I can't even imagine a shawl forming from this. And yeah, I can't wait to see what clue 3 and 4 and 5 have to offer. I believe there's only 5 clues. We'll see next podcast how this ends up, because this is very confusing to me. Like, how does this turn into a shawl? It looks so interesting, but it was fun. I really liked doing this MKAL actually. It's nice to see how other people's turned out, and it's really fun to like kind of watch it all uncover. If you're interested in following me on this little MKAL journey, I will be posting my updates on my Instagram, so check it out if you are interested, and let me know if you guys are also doing this, because I would love to see how you guys are doing and how yours is turning out. But very happy with this so far. I actually really like the way these 2 yarn look together. I think the contrasting yarn really helps bring out some of the darker colors of the main color, because the hand-dyed one also has darker navy, and I think it actually goes really well together. So very happy with this yarn combination. I'm knitting this on 3.5 millimeter. I just realized I need to remove this 3.5 millimeter so that I can use it on this for my ribbing. Wow, sudden realization. But yes, this is 3.5 millimeter. Alright, so there's that. I'm gonna put this aside now. And for my last whip, I don't even know if I should show you this because nothing has progressed since the last episode, but in case you haven't watched the last episode, I will also talk about this whip. I'm sorry if you've already seen this and you know all about it already, but this is my Regolith hoodie. I've been talking about it for a really long time. I've been wanting to knit this since like February this year. I didn't get around to it until summer this year, so yeah, I am it's in my whips. Yeah, let's just say it's in my whips. And I haven't really progressed in the past month because although I have several whips, I tend to focus my energy on like 1 or 2 at a time. At this moment, I am focusing my energy on the Puro Cardigan and the MKAL, and I've kind of put this one on hold for now just because I want to finish my test knit first, because that one actually has a deadline, and then I will get back to this once I'm done my test knit. At the moment, I finished the back piece, so this is the back piece. And I am working on the front piece, which is the exact same as the back piece, but like you have to do neck shaping, and then after that you sew it all together. I really like this pattern. You knit it from bottom up, and this is like the first pattern I've ever knitted bottom up for. I usually do top down, so this was very fun for me. I really like the color of this. It looks so freaking pretty, which is kind of funny because in the beginning I was kind of unsure about the color, but now it's really growing on me and I think it looks really pretty. In terms of the yarn, I'll put all the details down below. I've talked about it a few times already and I don't want to bore you if you've already seen it, so I'll leave everything down below and I'll just give you a quick sneak peek and a very quick like overview of what they are. The top one is Stroll Tonal Eucalyptus by Knitpicks. The middle one is Babyull and Roxy Natural Sock 80/20, and this one is a color Dew, and the bottom one is by Goodgrief. They dye their own yarn, and this one is in the color Blue Sage. So these are the 3 yarns that I'm using. I'm holding it together so I can meet gauge, and I just really like the idea of using all 3 together. I think it creates a really pretty color and it kind of softens the variegation on some of the hand-dyed yarns, so I really like the way that it looks. And there's that. That's my 3rd whip. Because I don't have any FOs and I only have 3 whips, and I don't really have yarn acquisition this month, I'm going to share with you guys some of the patterns I purchased and one of the needles I bought for my Puro cardigan. So let's talk about that. Let's just call this section like acquisitions or haul because I don't plan on buying any more yarn this year unless it's bare yarn, because I still want to do some yarn dyeing. I might actually just change this section to notions and yarn acquisition slash haul. Just anything knitting acquisition slash haul. So yeah, let's talk about it. The first thing I purchased are these needles, and I bought them from AliExpress. I actually use these shorties all the time. I love them. They are 25 centimeters. They arrive in about a week, so I can always rely on their delivery because it comes like almost every time in a week. I bought these so that I could knit the cuffs on my Puro cardigan. These are perfect. I love them. I have them in like every single size. I just really like the 25 centimeter for knitting sleeves. They have 40 centimeters, but I don't buy them because I own the Knitpicks shorties already, and those are 40 centimeters, and those are actually interchangeable, which are perfect. So yeah, that's what I like to do. And then in terms of pattern, I'm just gonna pull out my phone a little bit. I'm sorry, because I need to remember when I purchased. I actually bought quite a bit of patterns last month because a lot of designers are doing sales, and of course I have to make use of their sales. So yeah, I bought a few and I want to share them with you. The first one I bought is called the Ruth Pullover, and this one is by Irene and I really like her patterns. I've knitted one before, and it is the Pea cardigan. That one took me so long to knit, and it was such a piece that I worked hard on, and I did it when I first started knitting, which I don't even know how, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it now. But it's one of those things where it's like, because you're so new at a hobby, you don't know what's to come, so you kind of just do whatever you want to do instead of like what you think would be doable, if that makes any sense. Because you don't know what's to come, you kind of go at anything. So yeah, I did this really early on in my knitting hobby journey, and I'm very proud that I did that. But I can definitely say that there are some things that I don't like about it. Like for myself, I think I made it way too big, but yeah, I'm still very proud of myself for knitting that, so very happy about that. But this is the Ruth pullover, and it looks very pretty. I just feel like this will be a really great top to throw over jeans, pants, like any type of pants for work, and then also like a skirt. It's just such a versatile piece, and I really like it. This piece is knitted on 4mm in sport weight. I'm actually thinking, because this is sport weight, I might be able to knit this up in this red, or how do you say this, like maybe blood orange or slash terracotta baby yarn from Sandnes Garn, because I have a bit of this and I don't really have any plans for it yet. Originally I wanted to make a cardigan with this, but I think maybe I should knit the Ruth pullover in this color because I have enough yarn and I don't really have a solid plan for this yet. I actually really like this idea now that I think about it. This and Ruth pullover, it might actually work. Maybe I'll do it over Christmas or something. Alright, so that's the first one. I love that we're talking about this because now we can actually kind of plan out how to knit this and what yarn to use, and this is very efficient. I love that you guys are here with me to go over all these patterns. So that was a Ruth pullover. The other pattern that I purchased this month is the Dandelion cardigan and top. And this one is so freaking pretty. It's a little tank top and cardigan set. I love sets. I don't have one, but I just watch all these people knit sets and I think it's so freaking cute. I don't really know what yarn to use for this. It requires fingering weight. It's knitted on 3.5mm, and I need over 1,000 meters. Let me think. Over 1,000, like 1,100 to 1,500 is not a lot if you're doing both the cardigan and the top. Oh wow, the top only requires 300 meters. That feels really little for a top. I guess it is a spaghetti strap, so 300 meters for a crop spaghetti strap kind of makes sense, I guess. Okay, if I make the second smallest size, I would need about 12 to 1,300 meters. I don't know what yarn to use. I have a lot of yarn just like around me. Oh, by the way guys, I think these two together are going to look so freaking pretty. This one is the Surya Paka I bought from Goodgrief, and this one is the Shadow Bear yarn that I bought from Knitpicks and then I dyed it myself, and I just feel like these two would be so freaking pretty. So I have 1,200 meters in the alpaca, and then this one I have like 1,600 because it comes in like 2 hanks of 800 meters. So I might have enough for this top combination. Maybe I should knit the Dandelion cardigan and top with this combination. I think that would look so pretty. It would be very different from anything that I already own, so yeah, maybe I'll do this in the Dandelion top and cardigan. We're basically doing the pattern acquisition section of this video and the knitting plans section all together, so I'm so proud of us. We are being so efficient right now. So the last pattern I'm going to talk about is the Luna cardigan by Massimil. I'm sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. I've never knitted any pattern from her before, but I've always wanted to purchase one, and she was doing a sale on the Luna cardigan, and also the Dandelion top and cardigan was also on sale. That's why I bought it. But this one I just thought was really pretty, and I felt like it was very wearable, definitely my style. So yeah, I decided to buy it, and I kind of already had the yarn in mind when I purchased it. I bought this really huge spool of yarn online, and I haven't used it. It's just been sitting here for like a couple months, maybe a year now, and I just really wanted to use it up, and I think this pattern might be perfect for this one right here. I'm gonna use this yarn with this pattern, and I think it would look really great to have like a dusty pink top. I think I like that. This one for the Luna cardigan, this for the Dandelion cardigan and top, and this for the Ruth pullover. We have like the next couple of months of knitting planned out for me. Thank you for helping me out with that. I'm very proud of us. Anyway, I think this is it for the video. Wilfred never joined us. He's actually right there. Wilfred just didn't want to be on camera today, I guess. Maybe next month he'll join us again, but I guess this month was not it for him. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more frequent updates from me, check out my Instagram, and if you haven't already, definitely take a look at some of my other videos. I post knitting podcasts and knit vlogs, so if you see something I have knitted or am knitting and you want to see the full progress and everything about that, definitely check out some of my videos. I'll be posting a lot more knit vlogs soon, so definitely stay tuned for those, and that's about it. Oh my god, it's the end of the video and I think Wilfred's about to jump up. Come on, you were supposed to be here from the beginning. Why are you here at the end? I'm already closing out the video. He joins us at the last minute. Come on. Wilfred, you're late. You're late. Oh well, at least we get a glimpse of him. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!